All right, this is Woody. One of the first things I needed to do to this car was the window was falling off the track, so it wasn't sealing up right. So I knew I had to get in there and figure out what was going on. The other thing is, remember I said that it had smooth door handles. So this is where I can determine what has really been done to the car, how well of a job they did by seeing how they smooth the door handles off. So I got all the trim and all the screws and everything out, and this is loose, but I haven't pulled it off. So we're gonna look at this thing together. I'm hoping I didn't get taken for a ride. If it's got if they filled it with fiberglass and it's got oozes of crap sticking through there and not welded up right, or they didn't cut a hole and welded a new piece of metal or whatever, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. That would make me question, what else has been done to the car. It had quarters put on it, had floors put on it. I haven't seen anything that looked like the quarters got put on extremely well. I'm fairly certain that if the same person that did the quarters did this, I'm going to be in good shape, but this is where I'm nervous, to say the least. So anyway, I'm going to pull this panel off and look in there and see what we got. Oh, what is this? Yep, I think we're gonna cut that. I don't know what kind of sealer this is that they used, but it shouldn't be this hard. At least it does have something to hold. I don't know what the hell that is, but somebody needs to learn how to weld. Not real sure what this is all about. All right, so I got it all tore apart, and I was happy with the way where they smoothed the holes for the door handles and everything. I don't know if you can really see it, but anyway, they did weld in a little patch hole, so they did all that right. The reason I want to put door handles back on is because I really don't like the poppers that they had to do it, and I don't know what the hell that is. That is some engineering failure right there. That is horrible. But anyway, all that's going to get removed. I did get the window fixed. It had popped off. Actually see it here. It had popped off there's a little plastic roller in there. Well, that nub had popped off of one of them, and the other one was laying in the bottom. So I got that all put back together. So let's get the light out of here so we don't do that. So she rolls all down nice. Rolls up nice, stays in the track, doesn't pop out. Key. It closes. So we're all good to go.
This message is brought to you by Coors Light.
All right, so this is Woody up here at work. Got the doors off the Impala, and I went and bought donor doors because I needed door handles and the locks and all the mechanisms and everything. Mine were smooth. I don't want smooth doors. I want all the locks and door handles and everything. So I went a couple hours away from the house and bought a set of doors that seemed like they were in good enough shape for what I needed. So we're cutting a section out of them and welding them into my existing doors. So this is what I got. Like I said, the doors, you know, it's got a huge dent here. I didn't care. So door handle, the lock and everything, all the mechanisms were all good. There's all the goodies out of these doors and my doors. So let me show you what else I got. So here's my doors, and you can see where they had tapped down and smoothed out everything, welded up the holes. So this is all ground down. Actually, and when they did it, they actually did a pretty good job. It's a little weighted right here from where they filled it in. But this is off the door I just showed you. So we're going to put that in. Probably not take it, so we'll trim it here and here, and probably not make it all nice and flat square. Definitely won't take it all the way up here. So basically I just need this because, as you can see, it's raised. And where they flattened it all out on both of them. You can still see the remnants of filler or whatever they used. But they actually had a washer right there. You drilled a hole right in dead center where it needed to be. So that's where it is. Like that. So no more door poppers. Little update. Stay tuned. Update on the doors. Everything's welded in. I took a picture of it. The guy up here at work's been working on them in the evening when I'm not around. So he's making headway on them, and so I'm not being able to get videos of when he's doing it. This one's got some more welding he's gonna do to it. Right through there. We're not gonna fill that with mud or anything. We'll actually weld it up some more and grind it down. A little dent here and there. Like I said, I'm gonna prime them and put them back on the car. I'm not worrying about matching the color or anything. I just want door handles on it. Got other things that I'm worried about as far as suspension, getting it driving right, electrical and everything. So the outside is not my priority at this point in time. But anyway, there's an update. We're getting closer. All right, remember the Impala didn't have door handles in it. So I took the doors off. The car itself is actually at Wendell's house doing all the suspension and airbags and everything. Took the time to take the doors off and bring them up to work. Body man up here helped me out. And when I say help me out, meaning he did all of it. We cut a section out of the 68 doors that Wendell and I went and bought. And welded it in, so we measured up. I took the time to go ahead and block the doors down, mainly to see what was really underneath it. Didn't come to anything too shocking. They weren't full of mud. They were actually fairly straight except for the bottom of them. Came across one rust bubble, which I kind of remember seeing when I went and bought the car. So anyway, I'm going to prime it. I'm going to S-prime it. Like I said, this is just temporary. I'm more worried about the suspension and everything, so I'm going to run the doors in white primer for a year or two, possibly 3. More worried about suspension, drivetrain, making it run and everything right. I'll worry about the way it looks on the outside when all the important stuff is done, which a lot of people are going to have a hard time believing that I'm going to allow that to happen, but it's my car and I don't just give it a shit. So anyway, so I'm going to prime everything. I'll give you a little walk around right before I start doing it. There was a picture, and I think Mark will probably put in a video of, it was kind of a little section, the way it was all done up. Muttered all up, it's nice and straight. Ran across right here, a little rust bubble that popped up from the backside, and I'm pretty sure it has some kind of a patch in there because that is actual body filler. It's a little bit of body filler right there. And on both doors, I've ran across some kind of red oxide primer looking-ish stuff. And it's not rust, but I don't know what it is. But if you look, it's kind of got little bubbly looking things that the stuff's down in, and it's kind of around it in a couple spots. Here's the worst. A lot of that looks like it's rust mort. I don't remember rust mort being red like that. But anyway, like I said, I'm not all freaked out about it. I just want door handles on it for now. And when we come time to do the actual body, well, then I'll get serious about it and figure out the price, strip them all down to bare metal and go from there. So here we go. And this is just a rattle can edge primer. When I go to do it for real, I will definitely use some epoxy or a good 2-part edge primer. Like I said, right now I'm just going to get the doors back on it so we can run it. And it's kind of open out of Wendell's house, and the interior is getting all kinds of crapped out because I didn't put a bag on it like I should have. Stay tuned. So here is the door handle and the lock in it. I'll take it home. I actually got to build it. They're just kind of sitting in there now, but that's just primer that I put a little bit of clear in with it to shine it up a little bit. But that's going to be the finished product for a little bit.